What is up, y'all? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I'm down south 77. 3-Star Draw, and this here is an adult collector channel where we are usually talking G.I. Joe classified, but sometimes we'll take a look at other stuff I like as well. But you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. We're talking G.I. Joe classified today. One that many of us have been looking forward to for quite a while and had a little speed bump in the road to getting this guy. But this is, of course, the Police Emergency Service Unit, ESU, Action Joe. I didn't actually realize that it said Action Joe on the box until I got it out today. I don't think I ever noticed that. Anyway, this guy was supposed to come out a couple months ago. There was a little bit of, I don't even know what, controversy, drama around it not getting released and pushed back. We all knew that it was coming eventually. I mean, this guy was already probably in the U.S. when all of that happened. It was after we saw the reports that it had hit the shores. So, there was rumors that people saying that, oh, they weren't going to make it. It was already made. Like, if you thought they were going to not make it, or they were just going to take these out in the middle of San Francisco Bay and light them on fire, you cray. I'm excited this dude is here. So can't wait to get him out and get a look at him. I love the firefighter. He's going to be a nice complement to it, and I hope we see some more in the Legacy line. But I'm excited to have a street clothes, I guess, a regular beat cop type dress for this guy, and not necessarily just a SWAT. He's not SWAT, but can't resist. You can't resist the theme. You can't resist the theme. And I've already got Shockwave, so I didn't need these guys to be SWAT. So we're gonna take a look at him. Let's do that now.
Oh shit, one time.
Let's take us a quick look at the box here. Not going to spend a ton of time on it, but I do like to still show the box. You can see where Amazon beat it up on the way here. Amazon just beat that box up. Got your Joe Star over here on the left, your Legacy over here on the right. On this side, there's your QR code that goes to nowhere, blued out artwork. And then down here at the bottom, this looks like this is an actual picture of the guy in crowd control gear, and he is like superimposed of what looks like a map, like a city map out of a map book, an old school map book. I like that. I hadn't noticed that before. And over here on the side, you do get your portrait of him with the head sculpt he comes with in the box. I like the American flag behind him, and then up here it's behind him, and then down here it's kind of in front of him. I kind of like how he phases through it a little bit, and then you've got your red and blue like for police lights. I think that's a cool touch. So some people are hating on the box art on some of this stuff, and I'm not talking about retro card Flynn. I'm talking about this. I think most of these look good. I don't know if they're artists or AI, but if it is AI, this is the AI they need to use going forward for everything. And then back here on the back, do get this guy, like he's calling something in on the radio. A couple more behind him. I like this. It's raining. This is like a scene that you've seen in every police movie ever. There's some kind of crime scene where they're calling something in and it's raining. It's in everything. And then I don't know what's under that sticker. There's a sticker back there. I might pull that off and see what's under there. I'm curious. All right, let's go ahead and there's this stuff. We're going to look at it closer up. I said we're going to take a long look at this box, but sometimes you just got to stare at it. Yeah, I couldn't resist. My hair dryer is sitting right here, so I heated it up and tried to get this sticker off, and it's just the piece count in like 119 languages. I wonder why they taped over that. Sometimes you'll see that on stuff coming from China. They'll have a sticker on it, and it's the same figure. It'll just have a Chinese sticker over it. But I wonder why they taped over the piece count. It doesn't even say what it is, but it just says figure in 16 pieces. So that's interesting. Look at all those languages. That's a lot. I don't even know what some of those are. I've never heard of some of that stuff. What is that? Once you get him out of the box, this is how he's packed in the tray. Of course, these guys do come with a pretty good amount of stuff because they're deluxe figures, really. And then the box, the background, you have the legacy insert back there. Go ahead and check out the accessories that this guy comes with. Not really sure where to start. Let's check out the extra head sculpt first. So here is the Caucasian head, I guess, and well, they went full Caucasian with this guy. This guy's got some ice blue eyes, nice hair there, nice sculpting on it, and got a little bit of a fade there. Of course, he does come with the extra neck. Skin tone looks good. The lips look good. Not, I mean, not a whole lot to say. It's nothing outstanding, but it doesn't look bad. This is, what I want it to be. So we do get the yellow glasses, which are the same ones that I do believe come with Mercer and Leatherneck. These actually might be exactly like Mercer's. I don't have him sitting here to see if the tint is the same, but it's very similar with the yellow see-through plastic, so no complaints about that. Here's his pistol. Just about as basic of a pistol as you can get in classified. Does look like it has a laser there on the bottom in front of the trigger guard, so it's okay. I mean, it's alright. Wish they'd have given him some grips though, maybe some brown grips or something. That's too much to ask for. You do get the handcuffs, the same ones that we get with Chuckles, I believe. Not much to them. They don't look very good. They do serve the purpose if you're doing photography or whatever, but I worry about the chain. Um, like flexing these, like it's obviously it's rigid plastic, but flexing this too much, I worry about this piece breaking. I haven't really used the ones that come with Chuckles very much. And I wish they were a little brighter silver, but not functional enough, I suppose. He does come with his, I'm going to call it a billy club. I know it's got an actual name, baton. I'm just going to call it a billy club. I grew up calling this a billy club, and that's what I'm going to call it now. Damn it. Looks pretty good. No complaints with it. Pretty rigid. It's not gummy. We do have the patrol cap. Looks nice. Black bill with the band on it. Nice navy blue. Got your badge on there. Don't see if I can get that to focus. I don't even know if that'll focus in on that badge close enough. Trying to see if it looks like there's anything written on it. I cannot tell from here. If there is, maybe it'll show in the video. But looks good. Got your gold buttons on the side, so not really anything more I could hope for out of that. I think it looks fine. Do have his taser, the yellow on there, so no real complaints about the taser. It looks fine. And then you got the flare gun, same one we saw with Doc, with blast effect port in there. Nice yellow with black grips. I like the coffee cup. I'm a fan of the coffee cups. I think this is the first one that we've actually gotten. So they're scheduled to come with several more figures we've seen. Got Joe written on there. And this is trying to tell if this is a sticker or a paint deco. It looks like it's a paint deco, which is good because I have some similar cups from a accessory set that it's a label on the coffee cup, and by the time you move their hand around and get them to grip it, it's pulling the label off of it. So I'm glad to see that. I think that is actual paint. We do have his, I'm going to call it a riot helmet, crowd control helmet, whatever you want to call it. I'm probably going to call it a riot helmet. And police written on there, chin strap here. Not super flexible, flexible-ish. I believe it was Shark Eyes that said this thing's very hard to get on and off. I think it was his video. We'll check it out. But again, it's got a nice look to it, nice shape, but it's pretty, man, it's pretty cut and dry. It's a crowd control riot helmet. Do have the police shield. I do like this. I like that they took the effort to make this thing beat up. Looks like it's got some marks. Looks like he's had to control some crowds with it. This is going to be, I guess, a left-handed shield. So, look, I guess these guys are righties. Use this with the left, and whatever you got to use with the right. Hopefully, it's just this. But I like the fact that it's all beat up. I've been in several police departments for work, just for work, y'all, and I've never seen one of these shields clear or solid black that doesn't have marks on it like this. Let's see. We do have the rain poncho here that I believe is like a nylon, says police on it. That's sewn in. I'm not gonna take this thing out just yet anyway. But it does look like that white is thread in there. So I am going to leave this in the bag, but you can kind of see it back here in the box on this guy. And then a very interesting choice for this figure is this shotgun. Now, look, I love this shotgun. This is probably my favorite shotgun in the classified line. The shells are facing the right way. And you know what? You can actually turn the magazine around if you need to on this. It astonishes me. Like, it's not in at an angle, but you can put it in that way and it will relatively stay in. Put some sticky tack on the end of that, and now you have it however you want if your shells are facing the wrong way. Anyway, this is a very odd choice to give this figure. I do like it here. Brown foregrip, brown grip. No complaints at all with the weapon. It's just a very odd choice to give this figure. I'm not opposed to this guy coming with a shotgun, but it should have been like a pump action Remington or a Mossberg or something. It's a very weird choice, and I'll probably wind up putting this guy on the shelf with another shotgun and give this one to somebody else or put it in the parts bag just because I don't think it looks right for this guy. So let's check out our figure. Probably need to lower this camera just a little bit. Out of the box, he stands without much effort. Let me drop this camera just a bit. Turns out it was already dropped as much as it could drop. I just angled it down. So just picking this dude up out of the box looks good. I like all of the deco with this guy. Got the police radio, the cord, there's his holster, badge up here. This badge does not appear to have anything on it. Nice gold. Over here on the side, you got Del High Hill. Is that what that says? Delphi, and it's got some mountains on it. It's a good looking patch. You got police on his gauntlets for his gloves. And then this is your tack vest. It's a little bulky, so he's probably got on plates underneath it. Back here spinning him around. I do like the touch that they gave him a mag light back there and pouch here on the belt. Now he does have some cuffs here, so you can see the difference. That's what I wish these cuffs look like. And then you do have the holder back here for him, which I'm not crazy about. I don't know how well those will stay in on this guy. So, but that's where they go. You got a carabiner over here to hook some stuff onto if you need to. Holster down here on this side, pouch down here on this side. These are floating, So hopefully they'll stay in place. It's a nice looking design on that pouch. It's got some nice sculpting on it, nice utility pouch, probably spare magazine. And then he's got pouch on the belt. There's your clip on your belt buckle. Nice gloss plastic, kind of matches the stuff for the radio. No real issues with the way this guy looks. Head sculpt looks good. No issues with the paint. Rocking the stash and the goatee. Eyes look good. Hair looks good. Nice fade going down into the point in the back. I like that. I wore mine like that for a while, actually. And he does have a peg in the back for a backpack that, of course, he doesn't come with. So there's your look at the guy out of the box, and just getting it in hand. Um, it feels like better plastic than slice and dice are. That's for sure. So let's check out articulation and just see how it is out of the box. This guy's going to have standard classified articulation, uh, bicep swivels. Elbows are, I do always like to see how they move. I don't think anymore in these reviews, unless I spot something, you really need to go over every point of the articulation unless something is not there. He just moves pretty well out of the package. Butterfly joints go back. Wow, look at that. They go way back, but they don't go way forward. That's about as far forward as they're going to go. So, but they do, man. They go way back, further than most. They do work better than most. Nice drop down hips on this guy. His gear over here on the sides kind of stopping him from doing the splits. So I don't want to force it any more than that. That's all you got. Can't give her any more, Captain. Thigh swivel is there. It's just you got to break that loose. And anytime you do that, folks, make sure you hold the top part of it so you don't have flashbacks from the Dragonfly figures. Knees nice and smooth. Yep, no issues with the knees. Boot cut. I do love these pants going down tucked into the boots and bunched up there. You can see the wrinkles in the pants. Nice texture for the utility uniform. And the boots do look good. They're just your typical style uniform boots, like almost like jump boots. Got your laces, and then at the top, got your adjustment at the top where you can tighten them there. So no real issues with this guy. Ankles are what we come to expect, rockers and swivel, and they do feel pretty nice and tight on this guy. So you guys know that's one of my main issues with figures. For some reason, I get the figures that have janky ankles. They got jankles. They send me all the figures with jankles. So let's get his arms back down. See how easy. Okay, pretty easy. Let's see how easy it goes back on. No issue there swapping out the head sculpts on this guy. Both of them look good. I guess I should have tried the hat on this guy while I had the head on there. Now he just looks like a victim. It's like Unicron at the end of Transformers the movie. That's creepy. All right, let's check out the glasses on this head sculpt. I don't know that I'm going to do every single thing on both sculpts, but the glasses are kind of important with the track record of classified glasses. So we are going to use victim number 1 over here for the glasses. They do fit on that head well too, look good on there. So this is probably the best glasses that classified has done yet, is this particular pair here. What else we got that we can put on this guy? Let's go ahead and check out this helmet, because I want to get this over with. Actually, the strap does not have much give to it at all, and sometimes the helmets on these figures are kind of sketch. So I'm thinking it's going to be So didn't have a lot of trouble getting it on there. I don't know about getting the chin strap underneath. So it looks like you're going to have to get the chin strap underneath it. You're going to have to remove the head. You could probably heat it up. I mean, I could have tried heating it up, I guess, but just as easy to do that. But I don't think, unless you heat it up, I don't think you're going to get the chin strap in there. Maybe. You might be better at it than I am. So we got this on this guy. So let's check out the shield. Arm is going to have to go through there. And it's going to be one of those. Let's see how his hands are. He does have pliable hands, so that's a good idea for this guy. If you're going to have him using the shield, you can't really get the fingers in there. It looks like the shield handle is also pretty pliable, so between bending those and bending the shield handle, I got my doubts on this shield handle. It's just not great. I do like the fact that once you get it in there, it's going to stay, but you're probably going to have to remove the arm or the hand. Let's try that. He does have this, the band here, paracord band, and then watch over here, and didn't point that out on this side. 8 issue. I don't know what 8 issue is. I don't know what's under there. Plate issue? State issue, maybe. I bet it's state. Okay. Back to the hand. So it looks like you're going to have to maneuver the hand onto the handle and then put the hand in, which is way more convoluted than what it ought to be. So now it looks like it's part of a zombie movie. So I don't particularly love having to do that. You could probably sit here and fool with it and get everything bent. But now it's a matter of getting the peg line back up. Okay, there we go. So after all of that, I think the shield looks pretty decent. It doesn't get a whole lot of range of motion as far as, holding it straight up or down, but that's just the way these guys are made. But shield's not too heavy, not making his arm droop. So let's go ahead and grab his baton, stick, whatever you want to call it. And there's crowd control, police guy. Not bad, not too shabby looking. And then this does go down here in this lanyard. And it actually will stay in pretty good as long as this guy's upright. So this part, yeah, I was afraid of that. I didn't think about that before I pulled that off. That paracord bracelet just hit the floor. Something always does. Something's always got to hit the floor. It is just a fact of reviewing action figures. Just the way that it goes. So I'm going to take that thing out of there. And let's see, what can we do with this guy next? See if his pistol will fit up here. First, let's see if he can hold it. Not going to be much of an issue with these guys, I don't think, because they do have the pliable hands. So you can get the finger in the trigger guard without any trouble there. So these guys that have the really hard fingers, I do not like. Mushroom peg closes up pretty good there. I accidentally popped that open. I don't know that I want to risk popping this one off. It does come off just yet, in case that mushroom peg holding that radio in is kind of wonky. Laws is not too bad. So get his taser in over here. Where does the flare gun go? I don't see anywhere to put the flare gun. You could probably swap it out for the taser, maybe. If you wanted to, you could. It actually looks like it's made to fit the taser better than the flare gun, but this part up here hits it. So I really think this is more for the taser. Wouldn't that be a bad day at work, though? If you went to taser somebody and hit them with a flare gun, it'd be a lot of paperwork. I like this guy. He's definitely meant to have multiples. That's for sure. They 100% made this guy with enough gear that you can have multiples of him with different looks, and you kind of can with the firefighter too. I only have one of the firefighters so far. I haven't gotten another one yet. I'm waiting on clearance because I know they're gonna hit it. So there he is holding the coffee cup. Hey, job well done. Yo, Joe. Of course, I don't have it turned where it says Joe. There we go. You can see the Joe with the heart on there. Like the barista at Starbucks has a crush on him. So let's see. That's going to hit the floor. I'm going to take that out. I would say be careful if you pop the head off with this helmet on there, grabbing this shield and pulling it up. Tell you who really did this helmet well was NECA with the Alex Murphy helmet. That one's nice, but of course it's NECA, so you got to be super careful with it. I should have got that figure out. I have it. Should have had him over here and compared them. So let's try this head. Let's give him the shotgun here and the glasses. Oh, it landed right on the edge. And I mean right on it. Trigger finger, the curved trigger fingers, man. I'm telling you. So let's go ahead and get him where, see if he can get a hand on the foregrip there. I think you probably will be able to get this up into a firing pose with this guy. The stock is a little bit gummy. The weapon is a little bit gummy. That's one thing we didn't really check. We'll look at it. We'll take it out and look at it. I think you'll probably be able to work this guy around and get it into a firing pose. And believe me, on one of these, you do want this thing shouldered as much as possible. Knowing is half the battle. So looks pretty good. Look better once you kind of move it around, but that's the kind of bend it's got on it right now. Getting it in there. There's no firing this thing much with one hand. You might do it once. So let's throw the glasses on him, and let's throw the captain's hat on him. Fits on there well. So I like the look. I'm digging it. I'm digging this guy. I think he was worth the wait. So I did get two of them. Honestly, that's really all I can afford right now is two of these guys. I'd like to get a couple more of them eventually, but two's good for now. And then pick up another firefighter somewhere down the line because I think those guys are probably going on clearance soon because they're kind of peg warming. So I don't see a lot of issues with this figure. The weapons, a little bit gummy. Stand up. Gotta stand for something. So they are bendable. I don't dig that. But aside from that, even the right helmet, crowd control helmet fitting on and having to pop the head off, possibly just to get the chin strap on, I would rather do it that way than it not fit properly or look like it doesn't fit tight or anything. I do question how thin the plastic on the strap is doing it a bunch. But other than that, this is a solid figure, you guys. I do recommend picking up at least one of these for your shelf. And you can have this guy, I do have him handy, so you can have this guy apprehending the Green Goblin if you want. I don't have Goblin's feet in a standing pose, but there's a scale comparison. So this guy, Goblin's just a little bit bigger. So he's in scale. He's going to be in scale with your legends. So he'll be a good background character for that. So he's going to scale with pretty much any of your 112 figures, I think. So there is the Police Emergency Service Unit ESU figure. It's a really good figure, y'all. I got no complaints with this. I love the firefighter. This dude is, I mean, he's a 4.5 yeehaw figure for me. So that's a good score. He couple really the weapons, and I don't see anywhere to put the flare gun. So I mean, that's kind of nitpicky stuff. I know I didn't look at this thing. I don't really want to take it out. So you get an idea of it. I think it's the same one that came with the infantry army guy, just done in black with the police on it. So that's it. I do recommend picking him up when you see him. I'll get some pictures and put here on the end of this, and I will see you guys next time on 3-Star Draw. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit all of it, other than the down one. Don't hit the thumbs down one.
I have a call back for 86 in 2 seconds. Negative K, nothing further. Just see the cabbie in the corner.
I told you couldn't speed through here, you buffoon!